I like to look at a lot of people who have done great things or have become more than normal, I guess, in society and like their mentality of how they got there. People like Mike Tyson, Arnie, Stan Lee, I guess, is the newest victim on Ken's list of interrogating men who have done important things. I don't know if you've seen Robert Downey Jr., the actor of Iron Man, like takes his mask off and fucking reveals himself in the most dramatic way possible as Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is quite an interesting character from what I've heard. I don't read Marvel comics, but I've heard things, I've seen things in the ether about the card. The card! Oh my god. You know what I said today in my real life, which made me feel like a complete loser? I was watching a soccer game, and I said, he did that across the map. I said the map. God damn, that is the worst thing I've ever done. But yeah, I watched like a 13-minute video explaining the Doctor Doom lore in Fortnite because somehow Marvel is going to take years to make a film. Understandably, they're beating their graphics artists into the ground trying to get something going. I don't know. Fortnite is able to make a whole fucking game around it. Like literally the whole lore is understood in Fortnite. Like they understood everything. Understood? What am I saying? Anyway, what I'm saying is they've created a whole plot line in Fortnite. They've animated and put everything into the game based around the Doctor Doom origins in the comics, created the castle that's going to be probably in the plot in the film, added his powers, everything, and made it playable within such a short time span of the character being announced. Obviously, they probably work with Marvel behind the scenes, but still, it's just fucking outrageous. So I watched a Fortnite lore video to understand the general premise of the character and whatnot, because I find the character interesting and I want to see what it's about. And so, when I went down this rabbit hole of yapping in my video titled, I don't know what this is going to be fucking titled, some bullshit that's not related to what's actually in the video. I got recommended a Stan Lee video today, right? It was like one of those cliche motivational videos and it was like some bullshit. It wasn't like why you shouldn't listen to other people's ideas, but it was like why you should be original. Not dismiss your ideas just because someone says it's bad. And he told the story of how his publisher, when he was making the comics, was like, Stan, we need a new superhero. The last one hit. And then he was like, okay, there's a fly on the wall. Maybe Fly Man. No. Parasite Man. No. And then he was like, Spider-Man. And that's how he came up with Spider-Man, apparently. He was saying that he pitched the idea of Spider-Man to his publisher, being a teenage superhero with real life problems, which we all know Spider-Man is one of the, if not the most beloved superhero in the world, probably because of his relatability. Publisher was like, this is dog shit, Stan. Why would anybody want to watch or read a comic about a superhero that is not really that super and has real life problems? Nobody would want to see that. Just shut down his idea completely. And so Stan Lee was like, all right, let me just put it in this like one comic that's going to go down the toilet anyway. And then the comic got rave reviews and everyone loved it. And then the publisher went back to his room and was like, remember that really good idea we had about that Spider-Man character? Anyway, what I was saying was, Stan's thing was like, don't dismiss other people's ideas. If you really believe in something and you think it's a good idea and you want to do it your way, give it your all and do it your way. I was looking at this Mike Tyson fella and turns out he was a pretty good boxer back in the day. He was talking about how he used to be really fearful before getting in the ring, before a fight. Like he'd imagine losing in every way possible, which doesn't sound right because Mike Tyson's meant to be like the scary guy. What? Scary guy is scared of other people? How does this make any sense? But it turns out he is a human being too. So he was frightened before he got into his fight, but as he got into the ring, he got more and more confident because he'd prepared viciously hard. And my point of what he was saying is, he's like, if his opponent is scared, that's on them. He has his mentality. That's completely void of to do with him. Like that's their problem. I don't know. The whole idea of doing things kind of like the way you want to do them, or if you have an idea, you really believe in the idea. Like you really believe it. You know, you can picture it, or it just makes sense to you, or whatever it is, you know, then fucking do it. Don't let anybody dismiss it. But that's only if you actually believe in it. You know what I mean? I was thinking about what the guy said to Stan Lee. Nobody wants a superhero that's a spider. That's like people are scared of spiders. The logic makes sense, but the idea was just good and he couldn't see the vision. So I like this idea of doing things your way, and if you believe it, doing it that certain way. I fuck with that idea. I don't know if the Mike Tyson thing's really that related. I just kind of thought about it. It's like all these great people have this mentality of how they get there. I remember Arnie saying something along the lines of like, people would be like, why are you smiling when you're working out so hard? A lot of people associate working out with being this hard, strenuous thing, and it's like taxing on the mind, and it's like hard to get you to the gym every day. In his mind, it was fun. And that's what I'm relating it to the Mike Tyson thing when I say he had the way he thought, and he was scared. He managed to get a way to overcome it. And if you're scared, you know, that's on you. That's your mindset. And then I guess that relates in terms of like just having shit figured out in your own mind. I like that. doing things that feel right to you in your mind. You know, something can sound strenuous or hard or whatever, but to you, it could be like making my YouTube channels and shit. Like, people like, yeah, you grinded for years. And I was like, I didn't even see it that way. You know, I saw it as, I was just genuinely interested in like strategy and making good content and having fun. So I didn't really see it as like a grind. Basically, Doctor Doom, Marvel, Stan Lee, doing things your own way, doing things that make sense. It can be strenuous. Having fun with it. Important. Late night yapping.